All right, welcome back to the SSL Family Dad channel. It is finally time. It is finally time for us to get out and plant some things in our garden. We've got some things that we have been growing in the greenhouse, and we've got other things that are kind of already growing out here in the garden. But now is the time to get some real planting done. We've passed all of our freezing weather overnights, and it looks like we're pretty clear from frost and things like that over the next week and beyond. And so I'm ready. I'm ready to get some things in the ground. So today I'm going to take you through planting one of our what I call production gardens. So this is where we'll plant a huge monocrop, monoculture type crop. And so let me show you where we're going to be planting and what we're going to be planting, and then we'll get started. So this is the patch. We have grown various things here. I grew wheat last year, which was I'm not going to call a huge success. we had some struggles with that whole operation. I've planted sweet corn here before, which has been very successful. And this year we're going to be planting popcorn. So all the way out to the greenhouse, and then all the way up to this area where there's wood chips right here. So this whole patch is going to be corn or popcorn we're going to do this year. So I wanted to give popcorn a try for a couple reasons. Number one, we eat a lot of popcorn. It's a good snack. It's healthy, or healthier than a lot of other junk, I guess, we eat. And it's easy to store. So popcorn is easy to harvest. You let it go to full maturity. There's no, like with sweet corn, you got to catch it at the right time. If it goes too far, it gets chewy. You got to get it in the sweetest time and all that kind of stuff. With popcorn, you just let it dry. You harvest it and you store it. I think this will be a lot better for us to do. There's also some automatic type of machines you can make to get all the popcorn off the cobs and other things like that. Popcorn also would be a decent, I can feed it to the pigs, I can feed it to some of those animals if there's extra or anything like that. So, and the goats love the corn stalks. So all around, corn is a good thing for us to grow here, and I thought popcorn would be a good try. So looking at it from the other way, the greenhouse right behind me now. So, so this whole patch here, now I've driven over this a bunch of times and packed it all down because I was delivering wood chips up to the garden area. But now I'm ready to get this prepped and ready to plant. Yes, hi Adam. What I do is, this is soil that I've dumped our cleanouts from the pig stalls and chicken stalls and all that stuff all winter long has been dumped out here into this. So there's a lot of straw pieces and manures and other things that have, mostly they're about 100% broken down now, probably 95% broken down. And that has been all dumped out here throughout the wintertime. That just gets dumped. The kids clean out the rabbit cages and they get dumped all out here. And so all that manures and stuff's all in here. And what I do is I let this sit until all the weeds start to sprout. And so I till all those weeds in. And so now I'm going to till this. Now I've let this sit for another few days, and I'm going to till it one more time. And I'm not going to go as hardcore deep with the tilling, but we're just going to loosen all the soil up so that it's ready and easy for me to plant. And I have a new toy to try this year. I've planted this by hand every year, this patch. It's a pretty good sized patch. And so this year I have a new product, I guess. I actually bought it last year during the pig attack. I guess I was all hopped up on pain medicine and I started shopping on Amazon. And I bought a seeder. So we're going to give this thing a try. I think it's going to work pretty good. I think it's going to be pretty neat, and I'm kind of excited to use it. So let's get this whole patch prepared and then get to planting some seed. Well, this is what I'm after. Nice loose soil. And man, does this tiller work really well. It really loosens the soil up. So we've got a real healthy soil here. You can see worms and stuff in it. I know the anti-tiller folks are going to be out talking about you shouldn't till and all these kinds of things. That's totally fine, but I'm not a huge fan for these kinds of applications. I can't really run my seeder through here that I got without loose soil. So unfortunately, we're going to be tilling some of these areas. Now I do a no-till in my garden with wood chips and other things. I've used lots of different methods for growing things, and there's advantages and disadvantages to all of them. But with all of the organic material buried in here and tilled into this top 3 to 6 inches of soil, this is some of the healthiest soil you can get. It's filled with microbes. It's filled with worms and small organisms that are breaking that stuff down. This is a living and healthy soil, and just because we mixed it up with the tiller didn't destroy that. As these plants grow, as the corn grows, and there'll be other weeds and things like that in here that are going to be growing, as things start to grow, all these connections are going to be made through all the microorganisms and microbials and all that kind of stuff that's in the soil, and they share nutrients, they share resources with each other, they all kind of work with each other. But now that we're all tilled up, ready to plant, we'll see. I don't think I have enough seed to plant this whole area. We'll see what happens here, but I'm gonna get that seeder out and show you what I got. Well, it ain't clean, but here it is. This is the seeder that I purchased. As far as I can tell, this thing rolls along. You can set the depth of your trench. It kind of digs a little trench right here with this V, and then the seed drops right in behind it. And you have all these different plates that you can put in depending on what kind of seeds. This is actually a distance guide. I'll show you that in a minute. But depending on what kind of seeds you're planting, it comes with these discs and spiders. So these are all for different sized seeds, like big ones. You could do like sunflowers and stuff like that. I think corn, our popcorn seeds will probably be probably something like this here. We'll see. Oh, it says beets, okra, Swiss chard. This one says beans and small peas. I don't see one that says corn, so let's look in the manual. 3, and the reason that I don't see that one here is because it's the one that's already in there. So this has disc 3 in it already, which is set up for corn. So as this spins, I don't know if you can see, so as the front tire spins, it turns this, and this is the distance between each seed as it pops in the ground, and so it gives you the proper distance between your seeds, and obviously plants one at a time, hopefully. So it looks like it lifts the seed up into this little trough right here, and then it falls down this little cavity and down into the trench that is created here. So we've got our popcorn. We've got just a pound bag here, so we'll see how many rolls we can do. It says that I think there was a couple thousand seeds in here. This is from Sustainable Seed Company. Whenever I order bulk seeds, I order from these guys. They've been really good, and you can get 1, 2, I think 5-pound bags, 10-pound bags, and even 15-pound bags of seed of all different kinds of stuff, and they have good seeds. So let's fill the hopper here. I actually think, is that too high? It said there's a fill line in there. I don't see it, so I think that's good. About 1.5 inches should be the depth. So this marks the next row, 26 inches. So I think that's going to be just fine. So it seems to be working, but going 1.5 inches deep with that little wedge there with all these wood chips and things on this edge, it's clumping up a little bit. So seems to be working though. I see seeds falling in there. Well, we got it all in, and we ended up with a little bit of extra seed. So that seed actually went a lot farther than I thought. 1 pound of popcorn seed, and it planted all this area. I really like this thing. It's really tough going through. I have a lot of roots in here. I got a lot of sticks and wood chips and other things throughout this whole area, straw pieces and other stuff, and it really struggled to push through there. It's the only thing that I wish that this handle right here, I wish it would bend down so I could get a little bit more forward pressure on it. There's a lot of downward pressure on it the way that it's designed. If it would flip forward or flip backward a little bit where I could push more forward on it, I could have really helped to dig this in there. But it works really good. I mean, it planted it all. It's in there. I'm not 100% sure that it's at the depth that I want, just because I was struggling to go through it. I kind of let up on it a little bit. So you can see all the kind of trenches where I ran it. So how many rows do we end up with here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this one here isn't really very straight, but so 10 rows. I don't know how many feet this is, probably maybe 200 feet, maybe 250 feet, something like that. And so we got quite a few seeds planted. So what I might do is just run the rake down here just to kind of cover these in a little bit more. And it's real nice loose soil, but you do want corn, you know, with it being set at 1.5 to 2 inch depth, that gives it a really good root structure. So we want to make sure it's in there at the right depth. So looks like we have a bird out there probably looking for popcorn seeds. Jerk. We'll get this covered up, and it's going to be rainy tomorrow and the next day, so I'm not going to even water it today. I'm going to leave it alone, and we'll let the rain take care of that for me. Well, we got a lot planted in here, I think. Last time I planted corn in this same area, I think it was 4,000 seeds approximately that I planted, so about 4,000 plants is what I got in this area. And so we'll see how the popcorn does. I've never grown, I haven't grown popcorn since I was a kid. The one thing I do know about popcorn is that we can't plant any sweet corn in this area anymore, because if you have popcorn and you have sweet corn, and they cross-pollinate, you will get cross-pollinated kernels. So you'll end up with some popcorn kernels or some variation in your sweet corn, and then vice versa. So it kind of wrecks both. We made that mistake before, I remember when I was a kid. So complete monoculture of popcorn here in this plot, and then I've got another plot that I prepared in the back. I'll be taking some compost out there and tilling that area up as well very soon, hopefully this week, as soon as the weather is good for me. And we're going to be planting another crop back there that I'm going to be using for feed and other things. So I wonder if you can guess what it might be. Maybe I've already told you, I don't know. But we'll bring you guys along for that planting as well. Lots more to go in the garden. We're going to be building new raised beds. We're going to be filling new raised beds with our custom soil mix that I'll share with you guys for those of you who have not seen it. Lots more gardening stuff coming up. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We still have things in the greenhouse to plant. We still have renovations to finish and lots of projects going on around here. Never a shortage of things to do around here. So this is one of my busiest times of the year. Probably the busiest time of year is the month of May. So get ready for some videos. I don't know, what do you guys think of that little planter, the little seeder? I think that thing works pretty good. If our soil, I think it's a little wet right now, and it's got a lot of material in it. It's got a lot of kind of junk in it. And so I think that made it a little more difficult to push that thing through, but it did do the job, and I think it did a pretty good job. It planted all those seeds. The spacing probably, you know, I could watch the seeds dropping in there, and it seemed like they were dropping in. There was a couple times I saw two go by. They'll may have grabbed more than one a couple times, but that's going to happen anyway, and that's totally fine. So I think it worked out pretty good. I can't wait to try it with our other crop out there, and with some other things around the garden. I may use this to plant some other items. Maybe I'll try like carrot rows and real fine seeds and stuff like that. We'll see how it works for that kind of stuff. So Don't forget to hit thumbs up on today's video. And if this is your first time to the SSL Family Dad channel, well, I'd love to have you subscribe and follow along. Don't forget to hit the bell next to the subscribe button so that you get notified when we post new content. Love to have you tag along for all the farming and gardening and building things and other things that we do around here. Whatever it is, we'd love to have you tag along. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.